What do you mean when you say Apple needs a product person? What is a product person?
But when I say a product person, I think someone who has a better finger on the pulse of how people use technology. And I think of examples of like in the Creative Selection book by Ken Kosienda, who developed the keyboard on the iPhone and iPad. Steve Jobs would be presented something. And I remember one specific story, Ken Kosienda had like 2 different versions of the keyboard. Keys had this kind of like dual function. And Steve Jobs was like, that's too confusing. Like choose one or the other. And so I think that kind of intuition for how normal people will interact with technology, because that's something even I would struggle with, because when it comes to how do normal people use technology, sometimes it's difficult to extrapolate. Like, how is someone on their iPhone, if I tell them swipe down to Control Center, do they know what that means? Like, do they know
what is Spaces?
What is Spaces? And so it feels like Steve Jobs, while he was singular, had a skill of knowing how people would use and do use technology, and were able to make products that fit into that, but also open the doors to like new use cases that show someone that this is a valuable thing. When I say product person, I think someone who can understand outside of the Apple bubble, how will this product, how will this software update, how will this feature, how will people interact with this in the real world, so we can make it the most valuable, the most useful.